The fucking guy, Frankie Kazarian, got injured twice. 8-year-old kids that play wrestling video games create characters all the time. TNA creates a fucking character in a video game and loves the look so much and says, ooh, we got to make a costume and make a real-life wrestler out of it. Suicide was a character created because TNA management loved the way it looked. And you got fucking Yokozuna over there and AJ Styles cutting promos and LAX on Suicide. I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. Did I miss something here? It's not like fucking, Doink the Clown. You understand my point? This is a fucking guy that wrestling fans, he doesn't have a history. Never wrestled for wrestling fans. Jeff Jarrett is saying, ooh, we're revolutionary. We're going to create a wrestler from a fucking video game. Kids fucking create wrestlers all the time, and it looks cool. You don't make wrestler characters out of the game and then fucking put up a video on TNA's mainstream website with the one of the executives at Midway saying, ooh, we made this character, and we're bringing it to life, and this and that. What do you think? You're doing Doom, and it's going to create into a movie? Suicide the movie? Suicide is basically what TNA is doing with their fucking creative department right now. They're playing Russian fucking roulette because again, you're not talking about one of their main eventers. You're talking about a character that was created in a video game, not based on anybody, and because TNA management says, ooh, that looks good, maybe we can make a real wrestler out of it. That is the dumbest fucking thing I ever heard. I don't care how Jeff Jarrett, wants to make it sound. Jeff, concentrate on writing storylines about your dead wife. Okay, concentrate on storylines on Kurt Angle threatening to take your kids and molest them. You remember months ago when Jeff Jarrett went and did interviews and said Kurt Angle had no right bringing up my deceased wife. That was not planned. And what did we say back then? It smelled like shit. It smelled like somebody was trying to work the internet. It smelled like that was... Let me tell you something, people. If my mother died right now and somebody, and even on an indie wrestling show, somebody brought up my mother to try to get themselves over as a heel without telling me first, I knocked that motherfucker out right on his face. All right? I don't go and do an interview with the UK Sun or Canada or anyone else and say, Kurt Angle was not authorized to do that. The minute you go and do an interview and say he wasn't authorized to do that, tells me he was authorized to do that. You want to try to make it sound like that Kurt Angle is a loose cannon, that he's doing what he wants, saying what he wants, and he can't be kept under control. What is he, a fucking dog? What is he, a fucking orangutan that you don't know what he's going to do next? He's an untrained animal? Get the fuck out of here. And then all of a sudden, week in and week out, hey, Jeff, I'm going to take your kids. Hey, Jeff, bringing up the wife. Hey, Jeff, I know 99% of you out there don't watch TNA. Every week now, Kurt Angle is bringing up Jeff Jarrett's dead wife and Jeff Jarrett's kids in storyline to Jeff Jarrett. They could have Killer Kowalski come back from the dead and put over Suicide as the next greatest thing around. It just looks so goofy and so Bush League. That's the best way to put it. Bush League. You fucking have the executive from Midway cutting promos and showing Suicide on the screen. They showed Suicide as it's being developed, and I'm saying to myself, a 6-year-old fucking kid in the creative wrestling gallery could have created that. I don't know. It's just, I had to share that with people because when somebody emailed me the link and it said, look at this video clip on the creation of Suicide, complete with Midway executives and other shit, I'm saying, no, this can't be. You don't put this on your main website. Manu is even a better fucking wrestler than this guy. He's even mainstream. And especially on the heels of fucking Frankie Kazarian coming back from an injury just to tear a different part of his body and be. Listen, we don't want to see Frankie Kazarian injured, but to have this guy twice get injured under the Suicide character, I mean, it's just, oh God, it's terrible. It's terrible. I will guarantee you, people, when they come out with Wrestle Crap TNA version, Suicide will be right on the cover of the fucking book. I guarantee all of you. That is just terrible what TNA did on their website. And I'm not even saying it because I'm trying to think of funny stuff to talk about tonight. I'm not laughing. That is almost as bad as TNA putting the tag team title this week on Consequences Creed. I put that on the category as Pac-Man Jones. Last week, me and Kevin ripped this Consequences Creed character a new asshole. He's not even, worth the opening match on an indie show right now. He is sloppier. He's sloppier than pigs in fucking mud. He misses spots. He doesn't connect. When he throws punches, he misses by a fucking mile. I mean, it's disgusting. And then we hear in the TNA spoilers that they put the tag team titles on him. I just, and no wonder why TNA's rating last week went from a 1.2 down to a 1.0. And I know you people are saying, well, that's not that big of a drop. Let me tell you something. To go from a 1.2 to a 1.0, that is an example of what we've been saying over and over and over and over again. They're taking one step forward, two steps back. And they were taking one step forward when they got to their 1.2, and they took two steps back going back to the 1.0. Now, they'll stay around 1.0, 1.1. They might hit the 1.2 again. Maybe they'll even get lucky on a boring night and might get a 1.3. Everybody will make a big buzz about it, and then it'll drop right back down to 1.0. And you know what the funny thing is, people? They've been getting 1.0s for over a year now. They changed time slots. They've changed networks. They've signed quite a few people, and they're still getting the same ratings. Can you imagine if WWE does take away from them Kurt Angle, maybe the Dudleys, maybe a few other people down the line? I mean, that's why TNA is in a lot of trouble right now. TNA is scoring 1.0 with the talent that they have. What do you think they're going to score once those talent is gone? Of course, this main event mafia gimmick is not getting over as they expected because they're still getting the same 1.0, if you think about it. I mean, look, if people were getting into the gimmick, more fans would tune in. And what probably happened was a couple of weeks ago, fans tuned in, curious to see about it, watched it, wanted to see what Foley's up to. And then said, you know what? I saw it. I didn't like it. I'm not watching it again.